Kino Der Toten is an extremely popular, beloved Call of Duty Zombies map. Kino is a benchmark that future maps failed to meet. A large portion of the Zombies community thinks Kino Der Toten is the best Call of Duty Zombies map ever released. Yet, the hardcore community, among others, view Kino Der Toten less favorably. They say it's derivative of Der Riese. They say Kino introduced too little to justify its beloved status. Some think it's too simplistic, too boring. Its few additions are side grades rather than proper additions. Kino's few additions don't compare to the perks of Verrückt, the Wunderwaffe, and characters of Shino Numa and Der Riese's Pack-a-Punch machine. They say Kino Der Toten is overrated. Critics of Kino Der Toten acknowledge they are criticizing Kino in hindsight, with a decade of innovation, development, iteration, and new ideas introduced after Kino. They also acknowledge Kino is nostalgic, the symbol of an acclaimed game that tens of millions of players played in their youth. These fans argue Kino is worse than its reputation regardless of hindsight, regardless of people's nostalgia for Black Ops 1. I disagree. I believe these fans miss the context of Call of Duty Black Ops' release, and subsequently the perception people had when they played Kino Der Toten. Kino Der Toten didn't have to innovate because in the eyes of the masses, Kino Der Toten introduced the basic gameplay loops, the progression, story, atmosphere, and characters we know and love today. Kino Der Toten didn't need to innovate because most players' conception of a Call of Duty Zombies map, even among those who played World at War, were nothing like Kino's design. Kino didn't need to innovate because most players did not experience Kino's own derivative systems and refurbished designs in previous games. Allow me to explain some context. Nacht der Untoten introduced the basic gameplay loop of kill, get points, get weapons, and kill more. The game mode distinguished itself through its classic tight arcade action and its exceptional Call of Duty gunplay. Nacht introduced the random box, the ray gun, and a unique, mature, horror-inspired atmosphere. Nacht's gameplay and systems are simplistic today, but even a decade later, its strong gameplay is still fun. Zombies fans accept it as the first swipe on the page, the foundations which the game mode built itself off of. Verrückt is scary, tense, hectic, and difficult. The map leaned into the horror-inspired tension of Call of Duty Zombies. Verrückt's hallways echo with blood-curdling screams. Blood-splattered walls show gruesome, ominous stories the player never learns. The brown, yellow, decayed colors set an unsettled tone. Verrückt introduced voiced characters, an announcer, a moving mystery box, the 4 core perks, Juggernaut, Speed Cola, Double Tap Root Beer, and Quick Revive, and most infamously aggressive Verrückt sprinters. Verrückt gave zombies a character, a difficulty, a style, and an attitude unlike Call of Duty's other game modes. Verrückt had a strange, fascinating combo of brash, overconfident voice acting, a comedic edge against a terrifying, scary ambience. Verrückt is well remembered for its challenge and innovation, albeit slightly less so because it was overshadowed by what came later in the series. Shino Numa is controversial. Some claim it's underrated, while others believe it is rightfully overshadowed by the next map, Der Riese. Regardless, Shino Numa introduced a new wonder weapon, the Wunderwaffe, Hellhounds, the 4 Ultimus characters, the Flogger Trap, random perk locations, and new zombie animations. Shino Numa maintained the decrepit, tense atmosphere introduced in Verrückt through its warm colors and muddy, watery swamp. The characters in the Wunderwaffe are excellent additions that change the mood of zombies from one of horror to an 80s slasher film. The characters' loud, bombastic insanity complement the absurd Wunderwaffe and the supernatural hellhounds and perks. Der Riese changed Call of Duty Zombies through one addition: Pack-a-Punch. While Der Riese added other mechanics, the teleporters for example, none are remembered as fondly as Pack. Pack-a-Punch completed the basic zombies progression that millions of players love, the transition from spawn to your first weapon to your first perk to your first Pack-a-Punched weapon to 4 perks with 2 Pack-a-Punched weapons. Der Riese is remembered so fondly because of Pack-a-Punch, because of the power and progression the map offers. Der Riese revolutionized the gameplay loop of Call of Duty Zombies. It added an understandable, visible goal, gain power through the Pack-a-Punch machine and perks. It shifted the focus from the wonder weapons, from the ray gun and the Wunderwaffe, to the weapons in the map. Pack-a-Punch added a late game to zombies. It pushed players to progress, to improve their skills, their map knowledge, their strategies. Der Riese is remembered for its revolutionary design and amazing, innovative additions to the Call of Duty Zombies formula. And then there's Kino. At first glance, Kino adds the Thunder Gun, Nova Crawlers, and a quick revive solo function. That's it. A new wonder weapon, a second special enemy, revives and solo, and a footnote's worth of story in the intro. Kino Der Toten was the 5th installment of the Call of Duty Zombies game mode, but the innovations on paper don't seem like innovation at all. Rather, they are replacements of existing ideas in zombies. The Hellhounds and the Nova Crawlers, the Wunderwaffe and the Thunder Gun. People don't like Kino because it lacks innovation, because it retreads Der Riese's systems and ideas. They think Kino's a lesser map because it's a repeat of the previous maps from World at War. The problem with this perception is most players didn't experience Call of Duty Zombies in this linear, spreadsheet-styled fashion. Verrückt, Kino Numa, and Der Riese were DLCs to Call of Duty World at War. Many players didn't play all of them. I believe Kino Der Toten is so well beloved because Kino Der Toten introduced all of these mechanics, all of these systems to players with Black Ops 1's release. Yes, Verrückt added power and perks, but it was locked behind a paywall. Yes, Kino Numa added the Hellhounds, a new wonder weapon, new characters, but it was locked behind a paywall. Yes, Der Riese added Pack-a-Punch, the best innovation in Call of Duty Zombies history, but it was locked behind a paywall. Someone buying Black Ops 1 likely didn't have Der Riese to reference what a Call of Duty Zombies map could be. I'd argue most had Nacht der Toten as a reference. This is why Kino Der Toten is so well remembered. The paywalls excluded players from the innovations of each map. The subsequent gargantuan leap players experienced from Nacht to Kino Der Toten cannot be understated. Kino showed players why zombies was more than a side mode. Kino took players from Nacht's mystery box and ray gun to power, perks, Pack-a-Punch, wonder weapons, characters, stories, boss enemies, boss rounds, an announcer, a new atmosphere, new music. The list goes on. People didn't experience Call of Duty Zombies in this linear fashion many people put on Reddit and YouTube. People didn't experience the changes each map made. They didn't realize the lacking innovation in Kino, the lacking storyline, the derivative map design, the repeated Pack-a-Punch quests from Der Riese, the same 4 perks at launch. People didn't compare and contrast Kino against all the maps that came before it. Instead, people experienced the expanded mechanics and overpowered gameplay Zombies is known for in Call of Duty Black Ops' Kino Der Toten. People experienced, for the first time, the full gameplay loop of Call of Duty Zombies in Kino Der Toten. Players experienced the progression from spawn to God amongst men in this map. Yes, Kino didn't innovate when compared against Verrückt, Kino Numa, and Der Riese. Yes, Kino didn't innovate when compared against Shadows of Evil, Origins, Mob of the Dead, D Machine. But Kino Der Toten didn't need to innovate. Kino Der Toten collected the systems and gameplay of its predecessors and introduced them to new players. Kino showed players the gameplay loop of Call of Duty Zombies in its entirety. Kino needed to show players what laid beyond Nacht der Toten, what was beyond the ray gun and the mystery box. Kino needed to show the core gameplay, the straightforward fun of killing zombies, the endearing, psychopathic, lovable characters, the awesome weapons, the Pack-a-Punch machine, the perk jingles, all of it. Kino needed to show the excellent designs Treyarch created in World at War, the atmosphere, the tone, the power, the progression. And in my opinion, Kino achieved that goal. Kino introduced Black Ops 1 players to the fun of Call of Duty Zombies core gameplay. Kino earned its status among the player base, not through its innovation, but through superb execution. Kino earned its status in the player base for its exceptional implementation of World at War systems. Yes, Kino is simplistic. Yes, it repeats Der Eight's success. Yes, it did not add zombies like other maps before and after it. Kino is beloved by so many players today because Kino is good, simple zombie killing fun. Kino is the basic, straightforward zombies gameplay loop. There is no complicated mechanics. There is no complicated storyline. There is just zombies. The progression, the perks, pack-a-punch machine. There's just Kino Der Toten, the most boring, derivative map ever released. The most beloved map of Treyarch's Call of Duty Zombies. And I think it's a good map, deserving of its reputation. Because it's fun.